everybody, welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. I've got a couple tablespoons of melted butter here, and I have about a fourth of a green bell pepper and about a fourth of an onion chopped up really fine. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to saute these just a little bit, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to put them on. We're going to saute them till they're a little translucent in those onions, okay? You know, sometimes when you're making things to take for the holidays, you don't want to, you think to yourself, well, I don't want people to get that real strong onion, and sometimes it bothers people. After they eat it, it bothers them a whole lot. So if you saute them a little bit, it will help people to it just helps it on their stomach. Sometimes they can eat it that way when they can't eat it any other way. So we're going to saute this until it's good and tender, and we'll be right back. Okay, while those are sauteing, we're going to open up 2 cans of Crescent rolls. 2 cans of Crescent rolls here. I wasn't going to show y'all how I open up that Crescent roll because y'all know how I have a hard time getting them open, don't you? Oh, my mercy. I don't know about me sometimes. Going to be 8 of these, so that means I'm going to have 16 when I get this done. I'm going to mash them out at the top just a little bit at the wide part. Get a little bit of that can on me. I like to work on parchment paper, and that way I can just pick it up and put it on my pan. Okay, let's see. Oh, Lordy, here we go again. Well, that's not bad. That's not too bad. You know, that looks a little odd. Might just be me, but I see a little darkness on that. I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be. Let me see what it looks on the inside. I'm going to get me another can of them, okay? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to do these as soon as I find my glasses. Hang on, I took my glasses off. I called Jackson and said, Jackson, please go get Nanny some Crescent rolls. And his daddy said, he'll go. So he's running to the supermarket. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this one. I've sauteed the onions and the green bell peppers. See those? And I'm going to put just a tad on each one of these. Just a tad. Because we just want just a little bit of flavor. Because not everybody likes bell peppers, so I'm going to do half of these on the first 8. And then I'm going to do half without the green peppers. And that way, people can have them both ways. Because there's some of my family that wouldn't touch a green pepper or an onion. That's a shame. I love it. That's so much flavor. These are going to be really tasty. They're really good. Just a few more little pieces. I'm sorry to make that noise. Put on there. And I'm going to get every little one off. Okay? Now, I'm going to take some sliced Swiss cheese. Let's start on the back side. And I bought some, it's nothing to do with the brand, but this is just natural, slow roasted roast beef. It just came in a container like this at the supermarket. I'm going to take a slice of that. Ruby, Jackson's going. That's why he's going down the road. She always has to bark at Jackson. I'm going to lay this right here on the end. Uh-oh, my camera's taking a hike, isn't it? I think I got her calmed down a little bit, but I'm going to put the cheese right up in the Ruby, in the wide part of the, and you can just tear it up in little pieces. You don't have to have one big piece or whatever. Just tear it up in little pieces to get it on there. These are so good. These are so good. We make a little dipping sauce for them. I think there's a plenty on that one. I just need to make sure we got enough on each one for a little Swiss cheese flavor. Okay, let's see. I guess that'll be enough. Now we're going to take the roast beef. We're going to fold it. And we're going to roll it. I started to say, hang on a minute. Let me get a piece so I can show you. Roll it. Hang on. My piece tore. It's not the way I normally do it. I fold it in half like this. Fold it in half. And then I'll roll it. And see, that makes it just wide enough for your piece. Now, there's a couple of these now. Fold in half. And then take it sideways and roll it up like this. Don't you think that's going to be a nice little sandwich? Little snack. And the ones that sort of tore, I'm going to there we go. My back. Now, like I said, the others we will not be putting any green pepper on. That way, people can, the ones that don't like peppers and onions can have it like that. Just roll them up and stick them on. I'm going to go ahead and do these so you all can see. Now I'm going to wash my hands, okay? I'm going to wash my hands because I have a little cut on my finger, and that roast beef is burning my finger, and then I'm going to have to wash some dishes. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a cleanup on aisle Nan, on Nan's aisle. How about that? Then we're going to take it, and we're going to roll it just like this. Roll it all the way up. Pinch your little ends together. And I'm just going to leave it laying there because that makes a nice little something to eat, you know? I know one thing, we love them. Roll them as tight as you can. I've let them sit out here for a little while until They're sort of getting, well, I left one out, didn't I? This is all you have to do, and then we're going to bake them on 350 degrees until they are golden brown. Just go by the directions on your crescent roll thing, okay? Well, I don't know how that one, it was too much, maybe. We'll add some to that one. Put just a little bit more in there and roll it. Oh, Lord, I'm going to have to stop, I think. Just bending that little bit right there. My back, ooh-wee. So, I've got my oven preheated, or I'm going to have my oven preheated to 350. And I'm going to bake these. And then we've got a little sauce to put them on, okay? That's not a dip. Now, if you say, Nan, can I make these before, you know, how long can I make these ahead? I would not leave crescent rolls in the refrigerator more than 2 hours. If you make these up and put them in the refrigerator, crescent rolls don't cooperate a lot of times. That's my opinion. But we're going to stick this in here, so no more than 2 hours covered up, and then ready to go in the oven. Okay, Jackson ran and got me another can of crescent rolls. Do you know, that is terrible. I got those crescent rolls out, and they had a brown, just maybe they were old. You know what I'm saying? Something was wrong. Something was wrong. Let me see. Oh, I hate it when it don't have a real distinct place to start rolling. There we go. You know, I don't know why I have a hard time with crescent rolls. I don't use them a whole lot. I've got the ones already made up with the green peppers and onions, because there's some of us that like green peppers and onions. I love them. I love them on mine. But some of the others, they just choke before they would eat one with green peppers and onions. We get too picky. I tell my bunch all the time. I'm telling you what, I'll say, Nanny preaches at them. I'll say, let me tell you something. You're going to have to be thankful for everything you've got, because we may get to the point to where you do not have food to eat, and you'll be thankful for everything you have, and you will eat what you have. When I was growing up, I can tell you all that what was on the table is what we ate. That is the truth. There was never a question about what we were going to eat. We ate exactly what my mother made, what we made to put on the table. There was never a second guess about what you were going to get for supper. You got exactly what was on there. And I hate to say this, but we have a spoiled generation. And I love them. I love them, but they are spoiled. And, you know, I don't want that. I don't eat that. My Willow is a real picky eater. She's not a meat eater at all. The only thing she'll eat's a little chicken. She's not a meat eater at all. Which, that's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, you know, you got to eat. You can't just starve. When she comes here, I'm all the time trying to feed her. I feel like I need to feed her. Let me check what I've got in the oven real quick. Let's see. 24, 34. I think it's about ready. I'm gonna get something out of the oven. I'm sorry. I'm cooking different things today. Okay, let's get the meat on here really quick. I'm gonna have to make this go just a little bit farther than I did the last time. I think I really loaded those up about too big. And I can always take some ham. If people don't like roast beef, I can put some ham. I know I have some ham in there. I can use ham on a few of them. I can get these apart. I think that's awful thick. Ooh, that's a thick one. I think I'll grab, this is just too thick to go on there. It almost feels like 2 or 3 pieces in one. You can see, really. But I know I'm taking time doing this, but let me make sure I've got enough on these, and I'll put ham on the other ones. Okay, let me grab some ham. Okay, I've got 2 that need some ham on them. I want them to hang out nice and wide so that we know the difference between the meat, okay? These are great. I could just keep making, these are so simple. I could keep making these all day long. They're really, really simple. Now, let's just roll them up. All you gotta do is roll them up. And I love to see the meat sort of hanging out the sides. I hope this video's not too long. I hope I haven't prolonged and kept you all from doing something else. And I love just pulling out a little bit of parchment paper and putting it under you whenever you're working, because that way you can just pop it right onto your baking sheet. Let me see what I've got. I've got 1 baking sheet. Oh, I know I've got something in the bottom of it. Hang on a minute. The back, oh, the back, you know. Let me wipe off any crumbs that might be on there. I'm going to slide this right on there. I might put them all on one tray. Uh-oh. The ham is sort of sticking out of that one. I'll put you like that. I think. Okay. Okay. All I have to do is pop these in the oven, and I'll show you when they come out. Okay, I just got these things out of the oven, and I want you to look. My little roast beef, delicioso, little piggies here. They're not pigs, but just came out of the oven. They look delicious. I know they're going to taste delicious. It's just, let me grab some here. Yep. They are just going to be magnificent. And I'm going to mix up, I'm going to get these off first. I better keep the ones with separate. The ones that's got the onions and these are really simple. They're really simple. I know you all would love to make them, you know, and they're going to be delicious. I want to keep the ones that have the onions and the bell peppers, I want to keep them separate. I think that's regular 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did it, didn't I? Now I'll put the others on a different platter, and I'm going to make 1 envelope of the AUJUS gravy by McCormick. This just makes a little dip that you can dip them into. I'll go ahead and get that mixed up because I know there'll be people asking. Okay, this is what we do. We take 2 cups. Let me double check that. Let me read the back of my directions right here. 3 cups, so I need to get another cup of water. Hang on a minute. I always get it out of my purifier. Sorry. Hang on a minute. Okay. 3 cups of cold water. 1 packet, and I'm going to show you again. All just gravy. All just gravy. This stuff makes a great little dip for, and I'm going to whisk this together. We're going to cook this on medium-high until the gravy comes to a boil, and it'll start to thicken. That's all we're going to do, okay? I want to make sure I get all that dissolved in there. Get one of my clean pots. Pour this into my saucepan, and I'm going to bring it up, whoops, to a boil, okay? And we'll be back. I have to add a little bit to the end of this video. I just noticed that I must have thought that I had videoed the last part. I even remember making the sauce. This is the day after, if you don't know what's going on. But I was going to tell you, I took 3 cups of water and the contents of that au jus gravy mix that I showed y'all. And I put it on, I brought it up to a boil. And then when it came to a boil, I just turned it down on low and let it simmer for a few minutes, just a few minutes. And then I poured it in a little bowl. And I took one of my little roast beef roll-ups, and I dipped it in it, and I ate it. And I don't know what happened. I must have had the video off instead of on. So I'm so sorry. I'm just going to tell y'all this real quick. But I want y'all to know that it was really good. I took it to my daughters, and we had it, and they were really, really good. Dipping them in that au jus is really good, really good. So you can get that gravy mix at any of your supermarkets, Walmart, or anything like that, okay? So I just wanted to let you know what I did. I'm so sorry. I'm glad y'all got to see the me put them onto a platter. When you're doing 2 or 3 things and you're cooking, sometimes you forget to turn your video camera on. I thought I had it on, but I must have turned it off. So remember, put it on with 3 cups of water and the contents in that au jus gravy mix. Put that on, bring it up to a boil, and then just let it simmer just for a few minutes. If you want it thicker, which you don't if you're going to dip your, it's almost like water. It doesn't make a thick gravy, I'll tell you that. It's almost like a watery substance. But you dip your little roast beef bites in it, the little roll-up crescent rolls. You dip them in there and get you a bite, and it's delicious. Well, listen, I want to tell y'all that the Lord loves you and that I love you, and that I pray that you all have a blessed Christmas season. And I pray that you remember to put Jesus first. And I will see y'all next time with the next video, God willing. Bye-bye.